Welcome to Enfys Tarot. It is True Intentions Tuesdays, January 14th, 2025. We're going to find out what are the true intentions of the people in your life that you are currently thinking about, concerned about, wondering about. Are there romantic relationships? Are there people in your life who you are interested in getting to know a little better? Are there people in your life that you can't quite trust and you're wondering what are their intentions? Get really, really clear and start thinking about the people in your life, even the ones in the back of your mind, the ones that have been sort of quietly whispering things into your mind, and you're trying to think, what are their true intentions? Just start that Rolodex and start thinking about all those people, and let's find out what you need to know right now. Spirit, could we please have the true intentions reading for the collective? I'm thinking there's something that really needs to come through. Negative. I'm hiding my true intentions and I don't actually care about your well-being. Is there somebody you've been thinking about lately that you're wondering, like, and I'm getting a work vibe on this one. Like, is there somebody at work or someone in your neighborhood, somebody who you've just been getting a weird vibe from, and you're like, what? I didn't do anything to this person, or maybe you did, and you're wondering, like, do they know? I mean, this is definitely a weird vibe coming through here with this negative intention. Someone is not concerned about your well-being. And what does that mean for you? What is the best course of action? For some of you, I mean, perhaps the best course of action is not to do anything, because maybe this person has no influence on your life. You know, I mean, that could be. But for some of you, I'm wondering if there's a way that you need to protect yourself from this negative energy. Devil card coming in. That reminds me of personal relationships. You're with someone who you think really loves you, and maybe they do, but they don't love you in a good way. You know, they kind of love you in an attachment kind of way. And they're still concerned more about their own feelings than about yours. Could this be a separation or a divorce where it's getting kind of ugly? What's going on here? Is there somebody at work who wants your position? Here we go. Ace of Cups coming in. So the thing is that understanding this person's true intentions now could actually open you up a whole lot. If you don't have to worry about, you know, catering to them or placating them or watching out for them. If you have an understanding that they're not looking out for you, you can just go along on your way and not have to worry about really protecting them anymore or watching out for them. It's not about retribution or getting back or, you know, being sort of negative toward them, because that's never helpful. But it could really free you up if you understand the situation, if you know the place that you stand in and what their intentions are. Man, that could really create some freedom for you. And you can walk away from a situation that you have not been satisfied with anyway. This is big stuff coming in here. And then you have the Knight of Wands. You can move forward with a great deal of passion and curiosity and flair. This is the kind of energy that happens when you are freed from, sorry, those were a bunch of cats doing catty-like things. This is the kind of energy that occurs when you have been watching out for someone else and thinking that you are protecting their best interest. And having this idea that they're also watching out for you, when the truth comes to light and you understand that this person actually has just been acting with selfish intent. They don't care about you. They don't care about your protection, wants, needs, desires, or your highest good. moving on from that kind of dragging down low vibe energy is so freeing. And the fact that we just had a full moon last night, I mean, the release on this is big. This could do some really big things. Look at this Ace of Cups coming in here. This is real fulfillment. This is real energetic flow and emotional fulfillment, really, really deep emotion and feeling wholeness, right? This card is like, yeah, in order to get that, you got to walk away from this subpar complacency. You found yourself in this state of complacency, not understanding that the reason you're not feeling fulfilled currently with this person in your life is because they're not giving back. You know, they might on the face seem to be watching out for you, or they're saying all the right things, but they're not. You're not receiving the energy that you are putting out to them. They're sending you some other stuff, and you haven't been picking up on it because you're like, why would this person, you know, be anything but kind to me? Well, they're not being kind to you, and they're not sending you the energy that you deserve to receive. When you can realize this dissatisfaction and walk away from it, suddenly you are going to be super fueled up. You're going to be ready to go. This is making me feel like, you ever watch those videos, or it's like that old trope about a person, particularly, usually you see it around women who leave a relationship with a guy that's not that great, you know, and not very supportive of her. As soon as they walk away from that relationship, all of a sudden they're like, they look amazing, they're in the best health of their life, they're like going back to school, they have this amazing job, they get out there and they're like seeing all their friends and being very social, and they feel alive again. And there's sort of that like trope that you see in videos and things. And that's certainly the energy that's coming through here today. So for some of you, this really does have to do with an interpersonal relationship, a love relationship where your partner is not giving back what you've been putting out, and you haven't realized the lack. It's like you didn't know that there was more out there for you. You didn't realize that this was the source of what was keeping you kind of in a low vibration state. Yeah, have faith. It's time to move on. It's time to cross that bridge. You know, let this part of your life just easily fade away. You don't have to make it a whole big thing. You can just walk away, just leave, just let them stay where they are, you know, and move on. It's time to move on. It's going to take some big time Emperor energy. You already knew this. You kind of already understood in the back of your mind. You were like, something's not right about this, and it's causing some dissatisfaction, and no matter what I do, it never seems to help. I can never seem to get it to where I want it to be. Trying. There's definitely a sense of like, you've been working on this for a while, and you've been applying all of your Emperor resources. Look at this really clearly for a minute. This is the healed masculine energy. This is divine masculine energy. This is walking away from the wounded masculine. That wounded masculine energy that we've been hearing about lately has a lot to do with having trouble sort of asserting your boundaries, having trouble understanding what is really required of you in order to protect others and what the expectations are. Going above and beyond all the time to help people that aren't giving back, that's coming in. That's coming in today. So being able to walk away from this situation is going to help you heal that Emperor in you. And you will be able to apply it. And you're going to be met with a lot of options. Don't let that cloud your judgment, okay? As you're moving forward right now, your only job is to walk away from this negative person and situation. That's your only job right now. If you start thinking about, okay, well, what am I walking toward? it's just going to get cloudy. You're going to be like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I can't jump out of this situation because I don't know what I'm jumping into. That's not to be worried about yet. Something will present itself, and you'll know what to do. Knight of Cups coming in reverse here, and then let's see what he means. The Hangman in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, and Strength. Okay, yeah, this is absolutely about walking away from someone who may continue trying to deceive you. They don't necessarily want you to go anywhere. They like this sort of power they have over you, and they like that you keep coming back and trying to help things and fix things and do things, and it really does make a big impact on their ego, which is a very shallow thing. It's not fulfilling at all, but some people feel like when their ego is boosted up, it means something important about them. That's kind of like this is almost like emotional vampire stuff too. You know, like somebody's definitely been drawing energy from you and not using it to the best of its ability. Like they're kind of drawing the energy from you and then just wasting it away in vain. You know, it's not, you're not having the impact that you intend because this person is just dwindling it. You know, they're just throwing it away. They're not using it the way you wanted it to be used, and they keep on calling you back though. There's some kind of hook that they have over you, and you feel very confused over this. You're like, what? There's nothing else better for me out there. This is my safe space. This is where I feel contentment. That's not accurate all the time. Sometimes we go through little ruts in our safe space and we feel a lack of contentment. And other times there's this lack of contentment that's established as a safe space, and you feel like there's nothing else out there better, and so you're afraid to move on. And that can be a job. That can be a boss that's like carrot on a stick over you. That can be an unhealthy relationship. It can be a friendship. You ever have those friendships where you only hear from the person either when they need help or when they're bored, when they want something to do and they can't find anybody else, and all of a sudden they're in your life and then they leave again? You know, these are the kinds of relationships that we're talking about now, and that is why you're never going to experience satisfaction, even though you keep putting the effort in. So have your strength, have your finesse. This is going to be the answer here. You are strong enough to do what it is needed to protect your boundaries and to have fulfillment in life and to feel passionate again. Are there any cards that we want to pull? I know you're afraid of being lonely. You're afraid of the conflict. You're trying to avoid any conflict or loneliness or scarcity. The Empress coming in here is reminding you that you're placing value on avoiding fear. You're placing value on the anxiety that you have right now, thinking that you're going to be like you're protecting yourself. And you're placing value on avoiding confrontation, and you're placing value on avoiding any kind of loss of someone or something that's in your life right now is not supplying you with what you actually need. You're not helping yourself. You've been absolutely sacrificing yourself in order to maintain this, and it's going to catch up to you if it hasn't already. You need to really give yourself some self-love. You need to refocus that energy right now. Yeah, and you need to get out there. This situation has caused you to be very introspective to the point of isolation. Are any of you feeling that right now? Or any of you feeling like, yeah, you know, when I really look at this situation, this job is asking so much of me and I have to work all these extra hours, it's stopping me from spending time with family, or this relationship that I'm in with this person who's a little bit controlling is really causing me to not see my family and friends like I used to. This kind of isolation and extreme introspection and introversion is not something that is any longer serving you. It's time to start coming out of that a little bit now and talking to people and getting back in the flow of things. And look, it's time. It is time. Wheel of Fortune coming in here right now. This is your chance. This is your shot. You're being given an opportunity right now to walk away from this old pattern and try something new. There's no promise. There are never any promises that what you're going to try next is going to be so much better than what you already have, because sometimes it takes a readjustment period, right? When you're exiting something familiar and then entering into the unfamiliar, there's like a learning curve sometimes, but that is okay, because you're going to finally experience an energy, a rejuvenation, a passion, a connection that has been lacking as a result of this situation here with this person who's just not sending you good energy. Okay? This is your ending result here. If you can take this opportunity and move forward, you are moving into something greater, more fulfilling, more inspiring, and it's going to help you let go of this sort of pattern that you keep getting stuck in. Let that pattern go. You don't need it anymore. Okay? That's what's coming in from the cards today. Thank you so much for joining me with this True Intentions Tuesdays. I hope this reaches all the people who need to hear it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the All Signs reading. Take care.